I've had my moan about the right. And somebody said to me, "Can I break down the problems in the right?" Yeah, I will actually, and I'll break down it from my point of view because there's been problems like since day one, like 2018 when I first sort of joined. There's always been problems, and it is worth breaking them down actually because I think it'd be helpful for people to understand who to push together and who not to and why. So yeah, maybe that was a good idea. So I think it was Capricorn. It was a good idea. No hate, no, you know. And again, no, and I will say this one more time, but with a prickly ending to it, and that is that I really mean no harm. But at the same time, if anybody takes any, it's fucking on them. I ain't the one doing these things. I ain't the one. I ain't the one fucking up. So, but what I do want to say is, it's all right calling things out and calling problems out. But again, if you're not offering some kind of solution of your own, well then you're not much better. So I needed to get off my chest and talk about these things because I'll be honest with you, it's not that I planned to. It was that it all came up. There's a lot when X goes, it also all explodes at once. So you tend to hear about a lot of things all going on at once. It's sort of little explosions that happen on there. It's not quite as regular as YouTube. So it all happened at once. This is why I sort of reacted to so many things at once because a lot happened in a short amount of time. But rather than me keep going on about other people now, one, it's worth looking at myself and saying, well, what am I going to do? Again, I'm in a bit of a compromise situation in terms of size, but I do know how to fix that. But for me, it's a bit of a case of money at the moment. So I've got to wait till at least March because that's when I'm hoping to be sort of self-sustained. And then I can start going places. And it's usually when you can start going places, you start picking up the numbers. So that's what I'm hoping for. And picking up the numbers is and the things I'll be going to get those numbers will be a way of building community as well, but also going on the things to back up what we say that we do, because I don't just want to be a mouthpiece, but also to go out there and meet people, support the things that we believe in, and show you what's truly going on in those streets, to show you who really isn't provoking those police when they turn violent, because I've seen it. Those things, those are still important, especially now, actually. My I've already given you one of my solutions. That is, you as the audience have so much power, and you never realize it. You let a lot of people treat you like you're second class citizens because you put them on a pedestal sometimes. And I get it, we all do. But my point being is, you don't realize that they are your servants, and they bow to you. And if you doubt it, take your support away and watch them beg. Watch them go into depression. Watch them quit. Watch them rage quit. I'm serious. Even me. We're all to a different degree because my motivations aren't the same. But nevertheless, to a degree, we all need you. It's my point. To be here. Even say Vin. Vin needs you. Otherwise, who's he broadcasting to? It's like, why go into denial about that fact? Why would anybody? But people do. People do. So my answer to a lot of it would be for you guys to realise the power you've got over all of us. Demand shit. Now, just demanding unity is not going to work. And that's why we need to break down the right a little bit better. But you can push certain people in the right direction. Like, for instance, with me, because you don't give a shit, because I'm a smaller channel, and I don't say that I don't say that with any bitterness at all, because this is the way I like it to be. You push back if you don't like something I do. Good, that makes me better. Hopefully I learn from my mistakes, But you won't do it with bigger channels because you think they're above it. They're not. They're the ones that need to hear it the most because they're the ones that are living in something similar to the Hollywood bubble, but not so bad. So, but again, they put on a face like they're not listening. They're listening, both with their pockets and with their views. And you have so much power. And so the people that are getting on your nerves the most, or that are doing things you don't like, you have the power of the remote control, you have the power of the pocket, you have the power of everything. The power is in your hands in many ways, but more importantly than just punishing people, because I'm not suggesting punishing people, I'm suggesting showing them. But the other thing you can do is you can suggest, and when you start suggesting the same thing en masse, I've seen the effects of that. It works nearly every single time. They have to address it at least. I've seen it. I've seen it. People can only ignore you for so long, and especially no matter how big they are. And when the comments all start asking the same thing, I've seen the biggest YouTubers in the world fold to it because you have to. So again, if the audience are demanding an action from an activist or a non-action or anything, they're gonna get it. Same with a lot of YouTubers. They're gonna get it unless it's completely unreasonable or evil or something. So realize your own power, because these people aren't heroes. They're just people like you. They've just got different skill sets. They've got just different experiences in life. You've got skill sets they don't have, probably a lot more, to be quite frank with you. They just got a pair of balls in some cases, and in other cases other skills. But you probably more skilled than them. They're just brave souls. So, but understand, many of them are figureheads. They are symbols of strength. They're symbols of bravery and courage. But many of you are the brains. Many of you are the people that have to live this life who don't have the money in your pocket. And that's why, the same way as I have been trying to tell people for years, stop voting for Eating Boys, the people that don't understand your position. Same thing with things like this. You need to remind people that many of you aren't in a position of money. Many of you aren't in a position where you can take a time out in Spain or Africa or wherever. You have to live this every day, and it's okay to say that. Nobody's going to strike you off a list or consider you a troublemaker when everybody starts to say their true opinions, instead of the ones they send me on WhatsApp and email that have to be hidden and private. If they was to say those things to the people they want to say them to publicly, if there's enough agreement, those people, in fairness to them as well, some of those people would probably just listen to you openly and honestly. And actually, if they felt, they might go away, they might even have a sulk at first, but they might, if there's truth to it, some of them will come back and say, you're right. I got to give credit. There is people out there who will do that. Some of them, again, I told you what the others will do. But some people will take it really well. Some people take it bad at first and then grow from it, But it's always worth remembering that if you want honesty, then you've got to be honest yourself and demand honesty. If you want these people to, including me, to be worthy, demand the very fucking best, and you'll get the best that everybody's capable of, because that's all anybody can do for you, right? It's not that if I claim to be the best on YouTube and I don't achieve it, well, that's me. It's all of our faults for believing that. If I claim to give you the very best I can give you, as long as I give you that, then promise kept on both sides. Don't get me wrong, I plan to get things a lot better than this, but you get my point. So again, the power is with you. So none of this comes from hate. It comes from the fact that people aren't taking shit seriously, but the one set of people that they might just, well, some of them are a bit too far gone, but the ones that are people that the ones with any sense left will listen to is you, and you need to use that if you're unhappy with things. And I am hearing a lot of people unhappy with a lot of things. Well, not a lot of things, a few things, and that's what makes it easier, because it's a few things. You can, again, use that in the comment section. That's on you guys. I can't do it. If I could do anything, I would. But being independent, and by the way, I contacted a very large YouTuber before about a very serious subject, but because I made myself not part of the in crowd, even though it was nothing to do with me, even though I didn't ask for anything for me, even though I didn't ask for anything at all, I just wanted to get a message out for the safety of women in this country. I was hand in face because I was no longer part of the in crowd. So the safety of the women came second, the beef came first. Most people I know aren't like that. Thank God. But there are some. There are some. So, but I want you to know that I have tried to do it the right way, whatever the right way is. I've tried to contact people in private. I've tried to confront people in private if I feel they need confronting. I've tried to contact people as friends. I've tried to come in peace. I've done it all. If it's private, then you don't come on and say, "Oh, I texting someone in private." Normally, do you? Because then it's no longer private. But I have, believe me, I have contacted so many people in private over the last, where are we now? Since September, October. You wouldn't believe the amount of people I've written to, who you would know. So please don't think that anything I say is just some random or hate filled. I have tried all the proper channels, as I always have. I just don't report that to you because otherwise it wouldn't be, proper. So anyway, just something to think about. But I just didn't, my video earlier on, I stand by, but I just didn't want it to be. I'm not going to offer false hope. I'm sorry, I'm just not going to do that. But this is not about hope. I wanted to offer power. And I wanted to offer the balance to the video I made because I believe it's important and I believe that I have that balance. So I submit this to you as my opinion as to one of the things that might help. Anyway, I'm Tom Fury. This is your news. I'm calling it a day for now.